I was actually diagnosed on July 5th when I was 15, right after 4th of July.
We have a friend that, is in his 50s and has had the disease for his entire life, and we've seen the ravages of the disease. He's unfortunately a double amputee.
Phil and I had an idea that something was wrong, but we really couldn't put our finger on it. We really didn't know. We noticed weight loss, we noticed an increase in sleeping, we noticed an increase in drinking a lot of water, pop.
I wasn't totally sure what was going on, and obviously I was a little bit younger, but I had some idea that something wasn't quite right.
The diagnosis, we knew that was going to be a change.
It's a lot to absorb, and I don't think you're going to be able to get there in the 3 days that you're at Nationwide Children's or some other, hospital.
I was the one that was kind of blindsided because my mom and my dad kind of had a conference and talked about the possibilities of what could be going on with my health, and didn't decide to clue me in until we were down at Nationwide Children's, and they were like, you have diabetes, and Mom and Dad, it didn't come as a huge surprise to them, but I was like, wow.
Getting in there, being admitted to Children's, then seeing all the different doctors, the educators. We spent a lot of time talking with them, getting information.
Whenever they came back and got me, my mom was like, I'll try to figure out where you're going to go tomorrow, instead of taking me downtown and going with them to the hospital. And I was like, I think it might be educational for me to go downtown and learn, so that way I would know if something went wrong, or I needed to, if no one else was there, I would have some idea of, what was really happening and what I could do to help.
A big challenge that I faced was being an athlete with diabetes. My coach didn't understand what diabetes really was and how to live with diabetes and what my struggles were with diabetes.
Just just meeting with their swim coach and kind of making it, important for us as a family for him to know that, if she's swimming in the pool and she goes low with blood sugar, there's some risk there.
A day in the pool on a Wednesday is different than a day in the pool on Thursday, and you have to balance what you eat and really everything you do in a day. But even if you sit on the couch and watch TV and don't eat anything or eat the same thing you did the previous day, your blood sugar will be different.
It's not just coaches, it's the whole community that has to understand that people are working as hard as they can to live with the disease and manage it.
When Aubrey was diagnosed as a teen, it was challenging in the sense that as teenagers, I think everyone's striving to gain their independence.
I feel like, especially with an older kid that has diabetes, it's not always the best to pry, because it makes it harder, because then it's always, if you have diabetes, it's always in the back of your mind. You're always thinking about it.
I had to learn that this was not my disease to try to control, but rather Aubrey's to manage. And I had to be in a supportive role and not necessarily in that I'll take care of this, let's do this role. All of us at various times, I feel, came to that acceptance with the diagnosis and with the day-to-day for Aubrey.
We try to make her feel like, she has it, but at the same time we want her to feel normal because she's still my sister.
I think you have to support each other but give each other a break. There are going to be times when, that frustration You know, the idea that, you know, why did it happen to us, or why did it happen to me? You know, that's gonna come out in some way. Maybe anger, maybe sadness. You know, there's an element of grief. I think you have to push through all of those different feelings, and it's going to take some time.
Life with diabetes is difficult, but it doesn't make you not you.
When she was diagnosed at Nationwide Children's, I think they said that there were really only two things that she couldn't do, and that was join the military or drive a truck. So other than that, you know, I think that you see people with diabetes in society at all levels and very fully functional.
My diagnosis of diabetes actually, I think, put me on the track of wanting to do healthcare as a profession, and it's difficult to live with diabetes, but it's not impossible.